just don't get what the big deal is. I guess the problem is that people in North America perceive a veiled woman as oppressed and subservient. Maybe in some countries or in some regimes that might be true, but not here in Canada. Here we have the freedom to choose, and I chose to do this. What they don't understand is that it is a requirement for women to veil, to cover themselves. It says so in the Quran. I really like wearing this one, and I'm so glad that I've gotten better at putting this on. You know, I can't even imagine going out in public without it on. So tomorrow, I'm going to wear my hijab to work for the first time. I'm a little bit nervous. I work as a legal assistant downtown in the Bay Street area, and so dressing there is a little conservative, and there don't appear to be too many women wearing a hijab. Yes. The reception that I got from my colleagues was great for the most part. There was a lot of jaws dropping and a lot of funny looks and a lot of hesitation when they passed by my desk. Sadly, one of the worst experiences that I had came from within the Muslim community. On my way to Jummah prayer, which is the Friday noon prayer, my phone rang, and it happened to be another Muslim that I knew, a Muslim woman, and she had said to me, are you still wearing your hijab? And I said yes. And she said, well, all of my friends are wondering who the white girl is pretending to be a Muslim. And that kind of broke my heart, because I wasn't pretending. It wasn't a fashion statement. People always assume that because I'm North American and that I am a convert to Islam, that I'm making a political statement. And I think it's more about making a statement of who I am in life. I'm a Muslim. And I chose to wear a hijab. No different than a Jewish man wearing a yarmulke. One of the myths that people have is where they see a North American woman who has converted to Islam. They automatically assume if she's married, she must have done it for her husband, because that's the only way to do it. And, you know, wonderfully enough, it's not. I was a Muslim woman wearing the veil much before I met my partner. My partner, Sheikh Jamal Zahabi, came to Canada from Lebanon in the 80s. He's an imam at the Meadowvale Islamic Center. I knew of him, but it wasn't until mutual friends introduced us that we found out how much we had in common. My son Colin, who is now 23, hasn't met his new family as yet, but he's really excited and supportive. Initially, he wasn't so sure about it, probably because it was a lot to deal with at the time, but he's okay now. Growing up, we moved around a lot, and most of my memories were from growing up on a farm. We were quite isolated and only had each other for company. My teen years were very challenging. It's not that I was just rebellious, I was just unhappy. I couldn't stand being at home, and so at 17, I left. My father hasn't seen me with a hijab, and my father hasn't met my husband yet. So we are going as a family, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not sure what my dad's going to say. I'm not sure how he's going to react. What do you think? Do you think he's nervous? At the time of the discovery of my mother's illness, my father and I were not close. We never really had a father-daughter relationship. Thanks, Dad. Hold the door. My father and I were just starting to rediscover ourselves and to try and establish a relationship that we hadn't had in the past. And my conversion to Islam, I think, had given him a little bit of fear that he was going to lose his daughter again, because that meant that my practices would change.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Come on in my house.
Bismillah.
So it's so nice to see you. And really
yeah.
nice, yeah.
Nice to see you.
So what do you think? What do you think of this? Is it shocking?
No, not to me, not with you.
Oh, no, did you hear that? No, not with you. Have you talked to Karen and Jason about that?
I was just going to get at that. They're not taking it like I am.
Oh, okay.
To them, they have to get, this is something, I got to talk to them a little bit more. They're not prejudiced, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just so foreign to them.
Yeah. When my father and I were sitting together in the same room, I was thinking a lot of things. I was happy that we were together, and I really found that he was genuinely happy.